ever take away my faith. Life was changed in Jesus' name. What could ever take this all away? My eyes were open and I saw His face. No one could ever take away my faith. Morning, everybody. Hope you're now awake. Excited to see so many faces. Oh, Shane's back. Welcome back. Anyway, you can go ahead, Josh. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love. Higher than the mountains that I face, stronger than the power of the grave, constant in the trial and the change. One thing remains, one thing remains. Your love never fails, it never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails, never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love, higher than the mountains, and higher than the mountains that I face, stronger than the power of the grave, constant in the trial and the change. One thing remains, one thing remains. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out. out on me. 'Cause your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Oh, your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love. And in death, in life, I'm confident, covered by the power of your great love. My debt is paid. There's nothing that can separate my heart from your great love. 'Cause your love never fails and never gives up, it never runs out on me. 'Cause your love never fails and never gives up, it never runs out on me. 'Cause your love never fails and never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love. On and on and on, and on and on and on and on it goes. Yes, it overwhelms, it satisfies my soul, and I'll never ever have to be afraid. One thing remains, one thing remains, higher than the mountains that I face, stronger than the power of the grave, and constant in the trial and the change. One thing remains, one thing remains. your praise. Hearts will cry, bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. And all the earth will shout your praise. Hearts will cry, bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. Hearts will cry, bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. We pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs. We pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. We pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. We pour out our praise to you only.
Thank you, worship team. That was great. I love, well done you getting your family back together and letting Jesse sneak in. I feel like it's a bit of homecoming with Colin and his wife and, and Stephanie's mom is here and my mom is here. Like, anybody have a visitor here? Shane, that's the other thing that made me think, yeah, Shane, are you in the doghouse already? What? Got back from his honeymoon and he's here. Well done. Well, I watched last week's service and they called you. Shane, you better come back. I don't know if you saw last week, but Team Challenge was here and they talked about you and all your great work. And anyways, that was great. Okay, distracted already. My name is Maureen. This is where we like to say thank you to God. And so think in your heart something that you're thankful for. If you can't think of anything, let me just throw out some things. One, it's Remembrance Day kind of weekend. And I don't know if you already participated in a Remembrance Day ceremony. We had one at our school. Made me cry my eyeballs out. It was so great to hear from a vet. And the vet said, the veteran, not a veterinarian, but you know what I meant, a vet, whatever, was talking and he was saying how it's not just him that serves, it's his wife that gives up a lot and his kids that gave up a lot. And it's just really, and I'm thankful that I didn't have to do that. My kids didn't have to do that. So this weekend, we can all be thankful for. So that should be on your heart. If you didn't already, we can pray or be thankful for that we have people that served so we didn't have to. Or if you did, thank you. Okay, also, it was Remembrance Day weekend, and I barbecued yesterday. Like, this weather is crazy. Like, in my shorts, I was outside. There was no snow to shovel on Remembrance Day weekend, so that's another thing to be thankful for. So in your heart, you're thankful for that. River of Hope are always thankful for those that continue to give of their time and their money. Well, and also, Monty and Jesse, they were on the ball and got, I don't know how it all happened, but that Welcome Center thing, they pulled that out of the cloud and brought it here. So that's really cool. People give of their time, money, and their whatever. So think of that. Also, in 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, it says, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. And so that thankfulness that we're doing constantly is what gives us the joy of the Lord. And that's why we do this. And God likes to hear our applause. In 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Today's Jeremy and Andrea's anniversary, but I think they're maybe doing something. So, well, and Stephanie's birthday, but we knew she wasn't going to be here because she is doing something fun. But also, thank you Thank you, Stephanie, for being me last week, and for that we were great. Dave and I were happy to get away. It was awesome last week, and we knew that the church was in great hands. So that was awesome. Please pray. I have a prayer request. Kalmar Baptist Church, bless them. Pastor Gerald Barkman has been doing an amazing job there, but they just got an eviction notice, right? Yeah, 90 days? 90 days they have to find a new location for their church in Kalmar. So please be in prayer for them. It's not that they did anything wrong. They didn't have a wild party or anything, and I don't know. It's just somebody bought the building, and they want to do something else. Oh, a Baha'i church bought the building. So there's extra prayer, whatever. Anyways, okay. So please, we're just joining them in prayer that God's been working there, and He has a place, but hopefully they will find it soon. This week, every day, join us on the Bible study, and the app is getting better. We've been having challenges, but I can see people's comments, but sometimes you have to go out and come in. If you want to join us and don't know how, text Pastor Dave on our website. His phone number's there. We will get you hooked up. Tuesday time with Tots. If you have kids and want to come hang out, you can be here at 9 o'clock. But you know what? Not this week. I forgot. Because this is something else I'm thankful for. It's fall break. So if you work at a school or if you go to a school, who's excited about this week? Woohoo! Yes! So, right, we're not doing it because that'll be too many other big kids and that throws things off. So no Tuesday, no Friday. But Wednesday, we're still going to meet on Wednesday, you guys. So the Bouncy Castle will get some use this week. So Wednesday, join us for Sup and Sup. The Mexican night was awesome. What's this week? Who knows? Well, you know what? It's going to be a surprise, and it's going to be great. Thursday, Boys Brigade and Gems, are they still on? Nothing, no. Just Sup and Sup this week. Woohoo! That'll be fun. And then on Friday, Camp Caroline kids are going. Who's here going on this camping trip? Are you excited? Oh, wow. Yeah, the parents are excited. So please, I can't go back and forth, but okay. Please be in prayer this weekend. They leave on Friday. I think they're renting a big van. We're taking 2 vehicles of kids. Praise the Lord. 17 kids are going down there to have their hearts and lives changed. Not 17 people, maybe. 17 people in total. Your hearts and lives will be changed too. It's so great. As a leader, it's super fun. Like, I love it. Be in prayer for them. Jesse's going to email the parents or be in touch with you for whatever time pickup is. I'm going to guess you're going to come to the church, though, for drop-off and pickup. So you'll come to the church, drop off the kids, go cry all your way home. Okay. Now, the worship team was like, I didn't have my poppy earlier. And I was like, Remembrance Day was so yesterday. We're now on to Christmas, people. Yeah. Yes. I know there's no snow on the ground, but we are talking about Christmas because It's coming up with a lot of things. So we have a whole bunch of Christmassy things. One, did you vote for the Christmas Eve service times yet? If you did not, you can go to our website. You can go to the update. And I don't know, a lot of people, maybe you don't know, but Dave puts a lot of work into that. We have a weekly update. He doesn't do that for his fun. If you go to our website, you can click on, I think it's called the weekly update, and it has all the events, things that are happening. You never have to miss out. If you're not here, that's on there. And so the link there to vote. Tomorrow you're going to get another email and a text. There'll be a link to another survey. But this is your last chance this week to vote. Christmas Eve is on a Sunday. We just want to know, do we do one? What time? The service? We want your thoughts. We're going to do what we want to do, but we want your thoughts. Okay. Also, so this is the big thing. Home for the Holiday is less than 2 weeks away. Woof is right. I'm a little bit stressed, but I have this week off. We're going to get this done. The team has been working. We know our crafts. We know what's happening, but we need some help. If you've never come to Home for the Holidays, this is what it's like. A whole bunch of people come, and God has been in charge of this since we started this way back. Hey, Julene, the first year we did it, we said, God, how many people are going to come? Because you have to buy all this stuff in advance, and we never know. And since that year, when he said, I think it was 25 people, he has grown it every year. And the number he told me this year scares the panties right off of me. I'm a little bit nervous about how many people, but we're hoping it comes. But every year, the same number of people have come that he has been preparing us for. And it is over 50% not people that go to our church. And every year, some of those people that started coming back there come to our church all the time. And when they leave, every lady has always said to me, oh my gosh, that was the best thing ever. It is so much fun. My heart is ready for Christmas. I love this. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing it. And we only get to do that because all of you help so much. But because it's 13 days away, we're going to send out this email, and hopefully you can sign up for things. Just say, yes, this is what I can do. And we need help before the week. We need help people to cut lumber. If anybody can help pick up the 2x4s and cut them up into the sizes I say, bless your heart, that'll be great. So fill that out on your thing. We need help painting some stuff before, because some of it gets primed. That said wood will be primed. And some other things that need to be done. If you can't be here on the 25th, then you can help in that way. We can always use prayer. We always need food help. So everybody that comes, and even if you don't come, you can buy a box of crackers, buy a box of chips, buy some muffins. We'll put them in the freezer. All of that, you can say what you can do to help us, and you can pray about that. What are the other things we need to do? I need a couple more people to lead crafts. In the past, we've only had one lady per station, and we just have found it's a lot of work. We need 2 people to help get a break. Those people don't even get food and water, and a bathroom break. But they don't need a bathroom break because they never got water the whole 10 till 2. But we're hoping to change that so people don't report us to social services or something. But so all of those things, I can't remember if I need anything else. Tomorrow morning, you're going to get an email and a text. Please just go in and say, yes, I can help you, or come and let me know how you can help. Another thing you can do, it's on our website now. You can go on and buy your tickets. And starting this week, there's going to be a big push on our Facebook and Instagram, and share that. Just say, oh, come and join us. At the Welcome Center, the new Welcome Center that's obvious, there's right below the posters, there's these little invites you can give to friends. Say, hey, come join me. Or I'm not going, but you might want to go to this. So help us get the word out. That is something everybody can do. Well, thanks for asking, Lisa. She's on the committee and has been doing work. She knows 10 till 2. It's not on the poster, but it's 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. It goes by like that. And that's why we have sweet and salty treats, because we're over breakfast and lunch. But anyways. So also to get ready for that is we have to decorate the church. Like, I can't believe next weekend we are turning this beautiful fall wonderland into Christmas, because it's the last. So next Sunday, right after church, if you can stay and help, we pull everything out. The people, the hanger-oners that are going to help me get this all done, if you're still here at a certain time, I'm going to order pizza. We'll have even a little bit of a pizza break. That's my carrot. It's a pizza, not a carrot. So, and anything that's not done, maybe at the following Sup and Sup, we can do final touches, but then we have to be ready for Christmas. Oh, see, I told you, it's all about Christmas. That was the last thing. Before we leave today, if you could help. Oh, do we need to do that? Do we need to clear out this week then? Or do we want to make room for the bouncy castle? Every week we usually clear out that side of the world, but do you want that? Yeah, I don't know. Parents here for... No bouncy castle? Kids, if you want a bouncy castle after Sup and Sup, stack all these chairs. Someone will join you and we can fit the bouncy castle right there. Also, please don't leave if you want prayer. Always after the service, you can go over to that prayer corner that indicates to God and anybody else that you need prayer. And so we're going to go join you there. Someone will be there to join you. And that is it. Okay, kiddos, thanks for your patience. You can go to Sunday school. Everybody from 2 years of age all the way up to grade 6 can go through those doors. Thank you for our teachers. God bless these kiddos. Bless the families. Bless our teachers. Thank you so much for bringing them here. Through you, Jesus, I pray.
Amen. Do you want your coffee cup? Oh, it's not yours. Good morning. So I grabbed some change. I don't normally have change. I don't know about you, but I don't carry pockets of coins. But I grabbed these this morning. So I have a quarter, a nickel, a dime, and a penny. Now, I don't know if you notice, but the quarter and the dime are ridged, right? The penny and the nickel are not. Did you ever wonder why? Did you ever have that thought in your head, like, why would we ridge two of these coins? I'm going to tell you. It's because of Isaac Newton. It's his fault. Isaac Newton in 1696 was made the head of the Royal Mint in England. Now, this was largely a ceremonial post. You didn't really do anything. You're a prominent person and you get to be there, sort of, like a senator in Canada. But he noticed that there was actually an issue happening in Great Britain, and they needed to make a change. And so what was happening is, I have a picture of this, but what was happening was, it was something called coin clipping. So coins at the time were made out of precious metals. And people would shave off little bits of the coins and melt them down. And the value would remain the same because people wouldn't really notice. And you can see, like, an original coin, the middle, they've done some clipping, and then the third one is quite damaged because they've clipped a lot. And so that is no longer true. They didn't do nickels and pennies to fix this because they were made out of common materials and weren't valuable. But the more expensive coins, the coins made out of precious metals, Isaac Newton decided they would put ridges around the outside so you could tell if someone took part of it off. It would lose its value. So it would become a problem. And so now that continues. That happened throughout UK. It got passed to the United States and then to Canada. Now they're not made out of precious materials, so we do it because of tradition. Now, but there was a reason why we did it. And we did it because people were stealing the value of the coin. I have a point to this, but I'll make it later. I just like to do that. Okay. I want to show you this picture of a store in Japan. Okay. Do you see the orange balls there? Okay, these orange balls are called Bohan Yakara Boru. Repeat after me. I'm just kidding. That roughly translates to anti-crime colored ball. They are filled with fluorescent orange dye. They're incredibly fragile, and if you handle them roughly, they kind of break apart. And what was happening in Japan was people would rob convenience stores, and they would rob them when they had the most trade going on, so the most money, because that makes sense. So they came up with this idea of these orange balls. There's a bit of a story why they came to this, but it's less important than the fact that if somebody is robbing your store, they grab these orange balls and throw them at the person. Yeah, and they shatter with extreme prejudice, and you don't even have to hit the person. You just have to hit near them. And orange everywhere. I can't imagine cleaning up. We should try this, Allie. What do you think? She says no. Sorry, guys. And so they're like, what's interesting about this to me is they're almost never used now. They're there and they're prominently displayed. The fact that they're there is a deterrent. The fact that they are right there, people see it and go, ooh, maybe not this store. And so the Japanese government makes this available to every store that has a cash register. And so they have the setup and you can grab them and use them. I'm shocked that people don't play with them. Honestly, like I would see that in Canada. Someone would steal them and they would just be orange, fluorescent orange everywhere. We've been going through 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and today we hit 2 John. And now I've told you a whole bunch of stories, but I have a point that John made. So let me read 2 John to you. It's very short. It's the second shortest book in the Bible. The only one shorter is 3 John next week. So let's read it. This letter is from John the Elder. I'm writing to the chosen lady and to her children who I love in the truth. Now, I just want to be really clear. If you read this and you read John's writings, he's not writing to a lady. He's writing to a church. It's a metaphor for him, okay? And so when he talks about the children, which he's about to, he's talking about the people who attend the church, okay? Just so you're clear on that. Okay, I'm writing to the chosen lady and to her children whom I love in the truth, as does everyone else who knows the truth, because the truth lives in us and will be with us forever. Grace, mercy, and peace, which come from God the Father and from Jesus Christ, the Son of the Father, will continue to be with us who live in truth and love. How happy I was to meet some of your children and find them living according to the truth, just as the Father commanded. I am writing to remind you, dear friends, that we should love one another. This is not a new commandment, but one we have had from the beginning. Love means doing what God has commanded us, and He has commanded us to love one another, just as you heard from the beginning. I say this because many deceivers have gone out into the world. They deny that Jesus Christ came in a real body. Such a person is a deceiver and an antichrist. Watch out that you do not lose what we have worked so hard to achieve. Be diligent so that you receive your full reward. Anyone who wanders away from this teaching has no relationship with God. But anyone who remains in the teaching of Christ has a relationship with both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to your meeting and does not teach the truth about Christ, don't invite that person into your home or give any kind of encouragement. Anyone who encourages such people becomes a partner in their evil work. I have much more to say to you, but I don't want to do it with paper and ink, for I hope to visit you soon and talk with you face to face. Then our joy will be complete. Greetings from the children of your sister, chosen by God. I remember, excuse me, a while back, reading this interaction online between an atheist and a Christian. And the Christian was lamenting all these atheists that were around, and he was saying, like, how do they even operate in the world? Like, if they don't understand that by doing bad, they're going to go to hell. Like, how do they not understand that? And the atheist said, if you need bad repercussions to happen to you to do something good, you're not a good person. Did you follow that? Essentially, if the threat of punishment has to be held over your head to do good things, you're not good. You're only doing it because you fear the consequences, not because you desire to be good. And that got me thinking about, have you ever seen those houses with the picket fences, right? And is that a picket fence? I don't know what a picket fence is. We didn't have one when I was young. We had like the no yard. We had the yard, but no fence. So picket fence, it's like a dad has built a picket fence around his yard. And he's sitting on the porch watching as his kids play in the yard. And the rule is, you're not allowed to go on the street. Stay inside the yard. And I built a fence so you know. That's like Leviticus. That's like the law given to Moses. Not only here's the rules, but here's the barrier that stops you. Here's the thing that you can't do, and I'm showing you with a pretty white picket fence. When Jesus came, that changed. The rules didn't change, right? But the picket fence is gone. There's still the ability to play, to do all those things, but now there's not a barrier to your behavior because you're supposed to want to be a good person. And I think if you just do a random survey, we're not going to do it this morning because I fear the results. But if you just do a random survey yourself and ask people that you encounter, do you think you're a good person? I'll be shocked if everyone doesn't say, well, yeah, I'm a pretty good person. And then if you ask them then, could you list in the last week 10 things that you've done that maybe are shaky? I bet you everyone can. I can give you 10 from this morning. They're Mo's, but I can give them to you. I'm just kidding. This is so untrue. See, it's so easy to feel as a Christian like we have to have this consequence thing going on. We have to fear the results. And I remember, if you read the Psalms at all, you'll see this echoed a lot in the Psalms. This lamenting that there isn't an immediate repercussion for bad behavior. King David talks about it a lot. Psalm 10 reads this in part. O Lord, why do you stand so far away? Why do you hide when I am in trouble? The wicked are too proud to seek God. They seem to think that God is dead. Yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. Right? Have you ever looked around and seen people that have no morals, no care, and they're wealthy and doing well, and they drive great cars and they have big houses, and you're like, come on. What I try and live a good life, how come I don't have all of those things? Because, and I'm sorry to break this to you, that's not God's goal. He doesn't care about you having a fancy house. And we know that because none of you have won the lottery yet. If you play it. I don't know. Here's the thing. His goal for us is to be good people. And he gives us this idea of how to do that. And John, as he's writing this letter, is saying, like, I'm going to just remind you, this teaching, which is not new at all, it was in the beginning, it was in the middle, and it is now the truth. You should love other people. You should love God, and you should care about other people. You should care about how you interact with them. It should be important to you. And when we think about that yard with the picket fence or without the picket fence, we remember that you have some freedom to do what you will. But remembering, even when there was a picket fence around our yard, how we behaved to each other mattered. Like, if we can't get along, if we're mean to each other, what does that say about our Father? What does it say about our church? And what does it say about us? Like, when you encounter other Christians and you see, okay, so let me put it this way. So years ago when I was in Fort McMurray, I attended the Catholic Church. Not regularly, but I went once. And they have this moment in the service where you greet the other people. And at the time I went, we said, "Peace be with you," to everybody around us. And we shook their hands, and there were hugs, and it was lovely. And one of the guys that I said that to and who said it to me, and I shook his hand, that day leaving the parking lot, it was a mess, and I got confused, and I guess I cut him off, and he gave me the finger. Now, I would be very unhappy at the best of times if that happened, but you literally just left church. You are giving the finger, you're swearing in effect at a guy you just said, "Peace be with you," and shook his hand. Like 3 hours before, but still. Service is long. Well, maybe it's not long. It just felt long. Sort of like you're feeling now. But do you know what I mean? Like, it really matters how we treat each other. And it matters how we treat each other, not just because people might see it. It matters how we treat each other because that's what God told us to be, is good people who treat each other well. And so you should do that. Is there somebody in here that when you come to sup and sup, you're like, "Ooh, I'm not going to sit at their table"? You're all nodding, so I gotcha. It's my table, isn't it? Yeah. When so often as we lead up to it, and I'm praying for sup, and I'm praying for the evening, and I'm just thinking about, like, I want good interactions. It's a community building event, and I want that to happen. And I just say, like, put whoever you want me to talk to in my path. And I'll tell you, it is always, every time it happens, a joy. It is always great. You get to sit with someone, whether I knew about them or not, and learn and encounter someone new. Taking a genuine interest in somebody else and who they are and what they've been through is kind of special. Like, you get this opportunity. And if you're not coming to sup and sup, let me just say, that's when church happens at River of Hope. Sunday's great. We sing some songs, we have some talented musicians, some guy gets on stage and speaks for a while. But church happens on Wednesday. Yeah, it's me. Sometimes. Church happens on Wednesdays. You should come, have a meal, talk to some people. That's the community that is what church is. Church is not this building. Church is not the pastor. Church is not the pastor's wife. That's Maureen, that's my wife. So it's not Sunday school. It's not the chairs or the tables. It's not the bouncy castle. It is the chaos that is Sup and Sup. It is the joyful exercise of getting together with people that aren't in your family and saying, I care about you. And that's what John is talking about. He is saying, do not, this church that he's writing the letter to, do not miss the fact that loving each other is what you are called to do. Jesus didn't give us a ton of things we had to do, but he did say that, and he said it a lot, and he said it clearly. And when we went through Leviticus, I hope you heard me saying that's what it was all about. How do you live in community with people who haven't been in community before? How do you do that? You do it with these rules in mind that help us to not fight each other. But the whole idea is getting along. The whole idea is showing love and care and consideration for each other. That's the whole point. It's the whole shebang. Can I say shebang? I just did. So let me come back to our coins. Okay. Yeah. When I go out into the world, when I'm walking around, driving around, going in the mall, doing all these things, I feel my Christian values, the things that I espouse, that I think about myself and that I think that I project, they get clipped away a bit at a time. It's small, it's tiny. But it happens every day. Every time I go out into the world, there's just little bits of that get chipped away. And coming to church helps me to reset that. But it just, and if we miss, if you start to go, and you'll hear this from people, well, I'm religious, but I don't need to go to church. I can worship God on my own. Sure you can, but you're like those coins. Over time, you just get clipped a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and until you really have no value in the kingdom because you're really not a Christian at all. You're really not a follower of God. You're just someone who says the words. And unfortunately, saying you're a Christian doesn't mean you're a Christian. Saying you believe in God doesn't mean you believe in God. Saying you love other people doesn't mean you love other people. It's only by doing it that it happens. I put in the Bible study, I think yesterday, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the making of it that it's true. You know, you can say all you want you're a baker. If you never bake, you're not a baker. Right? So once upon a time, I was a swimmer. For me to say right now I'm a swimmer would be a lie, because I don't go swimming. I am now no longer. So are you a person who says they believe in God, or do you believe in God? Because if you do, loving other people is the requirement. Like, there's two things. Anyone take your chance? Love. Holy smokes. That's it. There's nothing else. John is, he starts this by, he's really nice and kind to this other church. You know, you are great, and I love that I watched you loving other people. It's amazing. Don't lose sight of it, and don't let contaminants clip away at who you are, because the more they do, the less value you have, the less of the person you think you are. And all of us have experienced that, where you have this picture of yourself. I am a person who believes in God. I'm a person who cares about other people. I'm a person who generally follows the rules and tries to do good in this world. And yet, don't you find yourself all of a sudden acting as if none of that was true? Like, just, it happens in a flash. And all of a sudden, you're unrecognizable even to yourself. It's like your anger lashes out, or the worst sort of part of you, and you're gossiping about someone who isn't present, or you're looking at pornography, or whatever it might be. You're taking something that doesn't belong to you. It just, whatever it might be, it just happens so quickly. And all of a sudden, the quarter that you were has become the penny that you are. I am not a swimmer, but I was. If I want to return to that, what do I have to do? Well, I have to swim. So if you want to be a person who believes in God, you have to believe in God. And if you're believing in God, He says 2 things. So do those things. Does that sound harsh? It should. It should. I don't care. It should. Because if you can't do that, you can't do anything. And if you can't do that, then what is this world for? Is it just a race to see who has the biggest house and the best car? Right? Is it? I hope not. I hope that's not what the purpose of this world is. And I believe fervently it is not. It is to become the person you were made to be. And it's hard. And it takes work. And you have to fight being clipped every day. And this place, not the place, the people here can help. Because we can hold you to that. We can help you to see that's not who we think you are. That's not who you think you are. And so, every day, when we go out these walls, when you go out of your house, and you encounter the world that wants nothing more than to clip away at you. It's so important to have others around you to support that. To say, don't let that happen. Don't allow yourself to be eroded. Because it's so difficult to spot yourself, right? Do you ever have those conversations with someone? The Bible talks about it extensively. Pull the log out of your own eye, right? We all can see it more clearly in other people, but that's why we should be around other people. And I'm going to tell you, if you think to yourself, you know what, my family's going to hold me to that? Yeah, they're not. They're not. Because to a certain extent, my wife will help me to see more clearly. But also, she loves me despite all my faults. And that love is there all the time, and it colors her lenses. Right? And so, if I have somebody in my life, and I do, who can say, sometimes you're kind of a jerk. And that's kind to me. But it's true, and it's helpful to have that person. Somebody who can say, here's the standard, you're not meeting it. You have to check yourself. And yeah, honestly, it happens sometimes. Maureen sometimes will say to me, dude. If she doesn't say that, she 3 names me. Right? David Michael Horrocks. And then it's oh, what did I just do? Right? Do you get that? The 3 name? Do you get 3 named? It's the worst. If you only have 2 names, I feel bad for you. Come talk to me, we'll give you a middle name. The world does not want Christians in it. It doesn't. Everything in the world is all about getting rid of people of faith. We're portrayed as bad. We're portrayed as hating other people. Do you know why we're portrayed that way? Because a lot of us do. A lot of us spend a lot of time telling other people they're evil. I just want you to hear this as clearly as possible, and I'm going to stop here, and as the worship team comes up, just hear this. Stop hating other people. Show God's love to everybody, no matter how terrible they are. I've met other people, they suck. Right? But your job, unless you're in relationship with them, is not to tell them that. Your job is to show them God's love. And you do that by being nice. Ugh. It's work. It's hard because they want this to be this. Because, do you know why? Do you know why people are like that? Because they feel like this. And if you're this, that makes them feel less of that. So they want you to be the same as them. They want you to have the same experience of the world as they do. And the point is, we shouldn't. We're held to more than that. So, let me pray. Father, we thank you so much for your Son, and we thank you that you help us to balance out the suffering and pain and torment that is real in this world, the struggle that is real in this world. And we just pray that you help us to support each other, that you help us find the truth in this life, and you help us live up to it. We pray this in your Son's name. Amen.
do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you to do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to. All my traditions, break down the walls. All my religion, your way is better. Your way is better. Shake up the ground. All my tradition, break down the walls. All my religion, your way is better. Your way is better. Shake up the ground, all my tradition, break down the walls, all my religion, your way is better, better. Shake up the ground, all my tradition, break down the walls, all my religion, your way is better, your way is better. Shake up the ground, all my tradition, break down the walls, all my religion, your way is better, your way is better. I'll make room for you. Do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you. Do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to, and I'll make room for you. Do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you. Do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to. Lay it down, you are all I'm chasing now. This is my surrender. Here is where I lay it down. You are all I'm chasing now. This is my surrender.
In the Message translation, one of the Beatitudes talks about, help me to empty myself. Where there is less of me, there is more of you. And that's really the goal of all of this, is to let God flow through you. But that only happens if you let God fill you. And so that takes work and effort and time and strength of character. To not be clipped away. To not have hate-colored balls thrown at you. Thank you for joining us this morning. As you go into this beautiful fall day, 3 more months, if we can just hold off snow for 3 more months. As you go in the grace and love of Jesus Christ, and have a blessed Lord's Day. Thank you. Thanks, God.